The rate at which information is gathered in this world is much faster than the processing time what we get to understand and use the knowledge. The current world is going too fast, which means that before we digest any information and convert that into knowledge, it is already gone. So, what does this do to us? The most important thing is it makes us impatient, which is a major problem. It makes us hurry. It creates errors, and worse, it actually creates anxiety. This is one of the major problems. So, how to resolve this problem? So, let us discuss about this in a few points. The first point is to set our own pace, which means that there is an optimum speed at which we can function, and this depends on the individual. Which goes to the second point, we should not compare ourselves to others. This is a major mistake we always do because different people have different pace at which they can function. So what is important is to ensure that we compare ourselves with our past and then ensure that we are improving as a function of time. The third point is that we should start thinking in terms of short-term, mid-term and long-term stuff. These are all connected chains in the way we function, which further means that by thinking through these short-term, mid-term and long-terms and knowing the connection between them, we can always adjust, which means that if we are doing something at a slower pace in the short term, in the mid-term we can slowly improve the pace, and in the long term we might actually be able to be a bit more quicker. The next point is that we need to self-reflect. Whenever we are taking up a particular task, we need to ask ourselves why we are doing this and how we are doing this. This is very important to overcome the impatience because it will tell us the reason why we are functioning at a pace at which we are functioning. The other point is to stick to the process. Some days, as I mentioned, we can be fast and some days we can be slow. But what is crucial is to connect this process to the goal. As long as we are working towards the goal, no matter what is the pace in the short term, in the long term, what is important is that our process should lead to that particular goal. The next point is to find a purpose. Essentially, the plan is to find a long-term satisfaction. This is done by systematically working through the tasks and importantly, enjoy what you do. This is very crucial because without that enjoyment, we will lose out the purpose altogether. Furthermore, please remember that patience is not being passive. This is a major mistake always people make, thinking that being patient means we are not doing anything. Essentially, patience means it is active time to think, and there is a major advantage if you start thinking patience as an active time to think. The biggest advantage is that you can now work on big projects because by being patient, you can accumulate knowledge at your own pace, which means that you can spread your effort over a long period of time. This is especially important to not get burnt out in doing things. That is the reason why you need to be patient if you're doing a very large project because you cannot achieve anything in a single day. You cannot achieve anything even in a week. Sometimes it may take months and sometimes it may take years. So therefore, it is very critical for us to be very patient and ensure that what we are doing is in a systematic way. Hope this information is useful to you. This is not a one fix for every problem, but it is just an indicative of how you can kind of look into patience and how you can utilize it to your advantage. So please do share, subscribe and like to this particular video and to the channel. The ultimate goal is to help us reach a wider audience because we essentially are non-commercial in nature. So the only thing what we want to do is spread knowledge and ensure that people actually are aware of things. Until next time, bye and take care. This is Science Meets History.